doing these photo shoots are such a huge confidence boost. So you really feel super freaking special and important when you do these photo shoots. From time to time, I feel we could all benefit from that. There's always that question in the back of your head, is this worth the investment? I have noticed a huge ROI from doing these photo shoots regularly for my business. The photos turn out way better when you have that hype girl riding along with you. I cannot express enough the importance of traveling with a girlfriend or a biz bestie or whoever you feel your hype girl is in your life, or maybe it's your spouse even. Let's be honest, it's way more fun traveling with somebody. Let's show up as our most confident, bold versions of ourselves. This is your permission slip to move on this, to do this.
Welcome to Next Level You podcast. I'm Stefanie Dingbaum, your host, your biggest cheerleader, and your go-to girlfriend for real, raw, and uplifting conversations about leveling up in life. As a mental health therapist with over a decade of experience and a business coach helping women elevate their lives and businesses, I'm here to guide you through the mindset shifts, holistic practices, and manifestation tools you need to step into your most authentic, next level self. Whether you're here to ignite your personal growth, elevate your professional game, or simply rediscover you, this podcast is your invitation to dream bigger, go after your goals, and unapologetically claim the life you deserve. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive in. It's time to up-level, manifest, and glow.
Hello. Welcome back to Next Level You podcast. I want to welcome you guys back. Have not recorded a solo episode since going to Scottsdale for the Powerhouse Women concert. And so it feels really good to be back behind the mic. This recent trip to Scottsdale was so expansive for me. If you listen to the latest collab that I did with Ashley Liddell, you know all about a lot of the takeaways that I got from the Powerhouse Women conference. But I feel like if I'm to sum up that trip in one word, expansive really is that word. It expanded me in ways that I did not anticipate, in ways that I didn't even know I could be expanded. With this being year 2, I knew what to expect. But even knowing what to expect, it still just blew me away. And it took me a good week to get off of that high, which that's totally fine. I love that. I love riding the high out. So I really wanted to come on here today to talk to you guys all about the importance of doing regular branding photos, and also to talk about the importance of traveling with a friend or a biz bestie or a hype girl or whatever you want to call that person for you. As you guys know, the last couple of trips that I've done, which both have been for the business, I have scheduled branding photos for myself, like a photo shoot for myself. And when I went out to LA, my business coach actually had recommended this photographer, and he was simply amazing. I can put his information in the show notes if you're interested. Name is Nick Peg, and so his photos were just amazing. I cannot say enough good things about him. For somebody who's never done a photo shoot before, he really made me feel comfortable. He really had some great ideas up his sleeve. And that's what I'm looking for, right? When I do these photo shoots, I expect the photographer to really know what they're doing. And I just want to follow their lead. And he was so great at that. And not only was he good at having these ideas, but he also just was really great at building my confidence. But just in general, doing these photo shoots are such a huge confidence boost. So, and now in this recent trip that I did to Scottsdale, I actually wasn't planning on scheduling a photo shoot because in my mind I was like, you know what? I just did one back in March. I don't need to do another one. I have plenty of photos. But then a couple days before the trip, there was this opportunity to schedule a photo shoot for a ridiculously affordable price. What I paid for this, I was blown away. It was such a sweet deal. So I thought to myself, it would be dumb to not take advantage of this opportunity. So I did. I purchased this photo shoot at a photo studio that was literally just 15 minutes away from where the conference was being held at. And I did it an hour after the final conference day. So the conference ended Sunday at 3 and my photo shoot started at 4 on Sunday. It was this 2-hour photo shoot in Scottsdale. And again, the photographers in this location were top notch. They were just simply amazing. The studio itself was such an awesome place. It had multiple rooms to use, multiple videographers, a photographer. I mean, I felt like $1,000,000. We had our own dressing room. I mean, you really feel super freaking special and important when you do these photo shoots at a location such as the one in Scottsdale. Talk about a confidence boost. This one was just like the one in LA, just such a boost for my confidence. Not that I even need that at this point, but from time to time, I feel we could all benefit from that. And so when you're thinking about doing a photo shoot for you or for your business, I mean, there's always that question in the back of your head, like, is this worth the investment? And I'm here to tell you that it is 100% worth the investment, both in yourself and building your own confidence, in your own self-esteem, but also in your business, you guys. I have noticed a huge ROI from doing these photo shoots regularly for my business. Prior to the LA trip, I had just done branding photos just here locally, here in Eastern Iowa, with actually a good friend of mine who is a photographer. Shout out to you, Kayla. You do a phenomenal job. Seriously, I'm so grateful for you doing my first 2 rounds of branding photos, because I would just let her know what it was I was looking for. And she just like ran with these ideas and she was great. And so I've done branding photos / headshot photos now 4 times since starting my business 3 years ago. It's just such a game changer, you guys. It's such a confidence boost. And these pictures that you have, not just for your like website, but also for content creation and like for the podcast. I mean, there's so many different ways you can use these photos. Of course, the return on investment is completely worth it. One thing I just want to really impress on you guys is your photos are often the first impression that people have of your brand, but they're also a reflection of how you see yourself. So it's kind of twofold in that way. And that's why investing in regular branding shoots and surrounding yourself with people who lift you up is such a game changer. So there's 2 things I want to talk to you guys about today: the importance of doing these photo shoots, but also the importance of having a girlfriend, a biz bestie, a hype girl, whatever you want to call her, the importance of having that person along with you for these trips or for these photos. Because in my experience, the photos turn out way better when you have that hype girl riding along with you. So first I want to dive into just in general, why do branding photos matter if you're an entrepreneur specifically? So in my personal experience, like I said, I've had 4 photo shoots now since starting my business. And the photos that come out of these photo shoots have impacted my business visibility in a huge way. It's also really, going back to what I said before, how your photos are often the first impression that people have of you and your brand. They set the tone for your professionalism, for your confidence. I mean, they really set the tone for your business and the impression that you're hoping to give off for your brand. And so, initially when I just owned the private practice, I really wanted to give off this vibe of like, you can trust me. I'm a safe and comforting presence for you. I can hold space for you. And I felt like my friend Kayla, who was my first photographer, did an amazing job at that. But then when I added the coaching business, I really wanted a different type of vibe for that photo shoot. I really wanted to give off the impression that like, I'm going to boost your confidence. I'm going to build you up. You can learn things from me. Let's work on your mindset. Let's up-level your life. Like a completely different kind of energy, right? And again, that photo shoot really delivered in that way. And so from a business perspective, when you do updated headshots or branding photos, I think it really gives you that credibility that sometimes we're missing. And when you don't feel you have that credibility, I feel like that's when that self-doubt really creeps in and you're not feeling as professional. You're not feeling like that comparison game starts happening in your head and you're looking at everyone else and you're comparing yourself to them. And it's like a never-ending battle, right? But these pictures can really help with that, I feel, in a big way. What I love specifically, though, about doing branding photos is the 2 photo shoots that I've done for branding photos, the one in LA and then the one recently in Scottsdale, have given me consistent content for marketing, for my website, and for social media. And you guys, that is so nice. It really takes stress off me having to figure out what I'm going to use week to week for content creation. I love that I have this huge vault of pictures that I can constantly pull out of from week to week when content is being made, whether I'm making it or whether somebody else is making it for me. That is huge. So I love that. And then in general, having these updated photos keeps you relevant and keeps you approachable, especially if these photos really emulate your brand and the impression you're trying to make behind your brand. It really makes you as a business owner more approachable, more relatable, more relevant. So again, the ROI is completely worth it to do these pictures. Then on the other side of things, doing them, like I said before, really gives you that confidence boost. And if we're looking at it from that perspective, how often can you honestly say that you give yourself permission to step into that confident version of yourself behind the camera? I mean, I don't know about you, but even the first couple of photo shoots that I did were really intimidating for me. I felt really uncomfortable or in front of the camera. Like I didn't know how to pose. I didn't know, if it doesn't come natural to you, like you don't know what you're doing, it feels really uncomfortable. And so the more you do these photo shoots, the more confident you get in front of the camera. And then the more likely you are to really embody that true next level version of yourself. Even though I've done 4 of these, this last one in Scottsdale, I was feeling really good leading up to it. And then I got there and I don't know, like I froze a little bit and I kind of I got a little anxious and uncertain about myself. And I'm seeing these other girls, they're doing their thing and looking freaking phenomenal. Not that I wasn't, but I'm just in that moment, I really noticed how that self-doubt really started to creep in.
Are you ready to step into your most abundant next level self? What if I told you that what you wear and surround yourself with can actually help you manifest the life of your dreams? That's exactly why I'm so excited to share Future Self Apparel with you. It is a manifestation-focused lifestyle brand designed to empower you with affirmations, intentional products, and daily reminders to live your most abundant life. As a mindset and manifestation coach, I always preach about embodying your future self now. And that's exactly what this brand helps you do. Whether it's through affirmation-infused apparel, high vibrational products, or mindset-shifting reminders, everything Future Self creates is designed to elevate your energy, align you with your desires, and help you become the person you are meant to be. Here's what makes Future Self Apparel so powerful. Every piece is created with intention, infused with positive affirmations and a manifestation energy. Wearing or using these products is a tangible way to embody your highest self daily. It's not just clothing, you guys. It's a mindset shift, helping you stay aligned with your goals and abundance. I've been obsessed with Future Self Apparel as of just recently because it aligns perfectly with the work I do, helping women build confidence, rewire their beliefs, and create the life they've always dreamed of. So, if you're ready to step into your highest timeline and become the future self you've been manifesting, then this brand, this company is for you. Head to the link in today's show notes to shop Future Self Apparel and start living as the most confident, abundant, and aligned version of you.
Honestly though, with the right photographer and also the right hype girl around you, that all can diminish. And I had such a great experience once the camera started rolling, once the photographers started taking pictures. I really was able to loosen up a little bit and feel more and more comfortable as the photo shoot went on. So again, doing these gives you permission to really step into that next level version of yourself, but then it also helps you to overcome that inner critic. And we all need that from time to time. These photo shoots really force you to see yourself in a completely different light. They really get me to see myself as that true next level version of myself. And again, I think we all can really benefit from that. So the big takeaway that I want you to understand from just talking about the importance of doing photo shoots is these branding photos are not just pretty pictures of you, okay? They are a strategy for visibility and self-belief. We all can use a boost in our self-belief from time to time. And then on top of that, you're going to be more visible with having these updated pictures as well. So I can't stress enough the importance of scheduling a branding photo shoot for yourself annually, if not biannually. Honestly, now that I've done 2 a year for the last 2 years, I am like, oh my gosh, this is so important. Ideally, I'm going to continue on that trajectory of 2 a year because I just really love getting that boost in my confidence biannually. I just think it's so important. If you are traveling to get these photos done, whether it be out of state or maybe it's just, so for the recent trip that I did to Scottsdale, I mentioned earlier that I was meeting up with my girlfriend, Ashley Bodell, who I just met her a little over a year ago we did a coaching program with Casey Get Mary and to start a podcast. And I met her through that program. And then we stayed in touch afterwards. We started really hyping each other up as far as like getting our podcasts up off the ground, continued to support each other's podcasts, had each other on for collabs on our podcasts. And then she was one of my first coaching clients. And through that program, we actually became really good friends. And I mean this with all of my heart when I say, like, she's kind of the yin to my yang. Like, she's definitely the darkness and I'm the lightness. We're both these like uber spiritual woo-woo girls at heart. And she's like the dark spiritual and I'm like the light spiritual. And I kind of love it. So we met up on this Scottsdale trip. We were sharing a hotel room for the conference. And you guys, I am being so genuine when I say this, but she is the greatest hype girl. Like, I legit think she needs to be my hype girl for these trips from now on. And I'm not exaggerating on that. I cannot express enough the importance of traveling with a girlfriend or a biz bestie or whoever you feel your hype girl is in your life, or maybe it's your spouse even. Like, my husband joined me in LA for that trip and he took all the behind the scenes photos for me during that photo shoot. And he was also a really great hype person for me. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be a girlfriend even. It could be your husband or a spouse or a significant other, whatever. Or maybe your brother. I mean, I don't know. It could really be anybody. It doesn't have to be just a girlfriend, honestly. And so having that person, though, is so important because 1, they also help to boost your confidence. And 2, let's be honest, it's way more fun traveling with somebody. Having someone accompany you on these trips is way more fun. And it's not just having somebody for the photo shoot that's fun, but like throughout the entire trip, Ashley was taking pictures of me throughout Scottsdale and vice versa. I was doing the same for her so that I would have a variety of like both professional photos and just candid photos that I then could bring back from the trip to use for content creation. It's a huge win-win. I can't remember whether it was Allie Reeves or Jasmine Starr, but one of those two, I want to say it was Allie Reeves, one of those two did a podcast episode. I'm going to have to try and find it for you and I can put it in the show notes, but she talked all about this same concept of the importance of having like an annual photo shoot or doing annual pictures. She talked about the importance of having at least 1 trip a year have a photo shoot scheduled during this trip or having this trip be specifically for photos. And she said it didn't have to really be a lengthy trip. It literally could just be like a 2-day trip. But the entire purpose of this trip is you're going to get as many photos, both candid and professional, taken so that you can go home from the trip and have plenty of photos for content creation for the rest of the year. And so obviously in that instance, you would be traveling with somebody. You'd have a girlfriend with you or a significant other with you to be taking these photos for you. And I actually think that's a genius idea. And as soon as I listened to that episode, I was like, yes, I'm in. I want to do this. This is genius, of course. And the trip ends up being a tax write-off, so even better, right? So going back to why it's so important to have somebody accompany you on these trips is, one, I really valued how Ashley made me feel. I went into this whole trip deciding, like, my intentions that I had set for the trip was that I am giving myself full permission to show up as the bold and audacious version of myself. I'm not holding back anymore. I'm stepping out as, like I said, just this bold, audacious version. And she totally like hyped me up in that way and gave me permission to be that way. And in fact, she ended up setting the exact same intentions. So that's huge, you guys. The fact that we were both on the same page with that was huge, because then I feel like I really gave myself permission. Like, I'm going to unapologetically show up this way. I can't stress the importance of that enough. Like, having somebody like-minded like me who is like, yeah, I'm here for it. Let's show up as our most confident, bold versions of ourselves. And let's not care what anyone thinks. That energy is so powerful and so contagious. And literally throughout the entire trip, anytime that self-doubt would creep in, Ashley was right there beside me being like, what are you worried about? Go do that. Take that picture. Come on. Like, there was a couple times where, there was this photo opportunity at the conference, like in front of all of these other women. And I would be like, I don't know. And she'd be like, go do it. You're going to love this. Like, it's going to look great. You're going to look great. Like, just really hyping me up. And then you guys, I would do the same for her. And it's so important to have that person who, one, they get you, they understand you, but two, like, they don't want you to hold back. They're giving you that permission to show up as that version of yourself. That's huge. And I don't know if anybody, honestly, I'm sure I have some girlfriends that would have been great at this, but like, I don't know if anybody could have done it the way Ashley did it, because she really understood the assignment and she really followed through in a huge way. So there's so many benefits to having this travel buddy, right? One, they give you encouragement to step outside of your comfort zone. And then two, they're just that emotional support when that self-doubt does creep in. Again, we all need that from time to time. And then the added benefit of having this travel buddy is just the fun and the memories that you're making together. It just makes the trip more expansive and it takes the stress out of it all. I mean, the memories that Ashley and I made on this trip, I hold that in my heart. I mean, not just because the conference itself, but even some of the behind the scenes stuff, the inside jokes that we have together. I mean, these are special memories that I'll just always carry with me. And I want to tie this back to the branding photos because I believe they go hand in hand. When you have somebody there to hype you up, it really makes you feel more comfortable in front of the camera. And we all need that. I mean, unless you're like a supermodel, which I'm assuming I don't have a lot of supermodels listening to this podcast, but unless you're a supermodel and you're like completely comfortable in front of the camera, I guarantee I'm not the only one that freezes and is kind of like, oh, what am I doing? I don't know. I don't look as good as her. Is this outfit okay? Like, we all need that hype person. And when they're cheering you on, it really creates a ripple effect, right? Like, you have more confidence, you're having more fun, the photos are more powerful, and then you just have a stronger business presence because you have these amazing pictures. And anytime I was like uncertain in front of the camera or like didn't really know what to do, Ashley was right there like, get it, girl, come on. And it just like helps you loosen up and helps you feel more comfortable. And I just can't stress the importance of that enough. So if what I'm talking about really resonates with you, I really encourage you to apply this to your own life, okay? If you are a business owner and you are not scheduling annual or biannual branding photo shoots, this is your permission slip to move on this, to do this. You don't have to travel out of state to do this. You can do it like right in your hometown. You can do it in whatever county you live in. We have here in Eastern Iowa, we actually have a decent handful of specifically branding photographers. And I'm telling you, they are next level. They are so freaking good at what they do. And so you don't have to travel out of state to do this. But in general, make a point of scheduling these annually or biannually. I promise you, the money you're investing in this is completely worth it. I promise you that. And if you're getting hung up on the investment, if you're getting hung up on the price of all of this, I really encourage you to reframe how you're looking at that. Like, this is both a business investment and a personal confidence investment. And I just think the personal investment itself makes it completely worth it, because I think a lot of us are walking around with, like, we all could benefit from having more confidence from time to time. But I've seen both the business side of things. I've seen the ROI on the business and personally, and I'm never going back. Like, I will continue these annual or biannual photo shoots for as long as I freaking want. I mean, I'm not going back now, especially because of how much fun they have been. And then along with that, I just want to add, don't go to these photo shoots alone. Bring a biz bestie, bring your hype girl, bring a girlfriend, bring your husband, whoever you think would make you feel like your most expansive self when, or if you think there's a chance you might freeze in front of the camera, you need that person. Okay. That is so important. We all need that person. Okay. And another benefit that I didn't mention before that I want to tie in now is when we do these photo shoots, they are a way of stepping into that future self energy. And when we step into that future self energy, we are more likely to manifest things a lot more quickly. I have definitely experienced that in a huge way. So if you're wanting to move the needle forward in your business, if there's something you're wanting to manifest in your business, do the photo shoot. Okay. You will not regret it. That's your assignment, okay? If you have not done one of these before, this episode is me giving you that permission slip to move forward and do it. Okay, that's all I really have for you guys today. But before I close, I just want to recap 2 themes for you, okay? The importance of regular branding photos. I think I've expressed that enough. I think you get it, right? But also the impact of having that support person along with you for these travels, for these photo shoots, whatever it might be, whether you're doing it locally or you're making a trip out of it. And secretly, I'm going to tell you, take the trip, do it as a trip. It can be a business write-off. You go somewhere that would totally align with your brand. Like for me, I always want to go somewhere warm and coastal because it totally aligns with my brand. And honestly, regardless of whether that aligns with my brand or not, I am more likely to show up as that future self because I am in my element. Like when I was out in LA, I felt like I was living my best life. So it was so easy to show up as my best self at those photos. So do it somewhere where you feel like your best self. And if that needs to be close to home, fine, that's fine. I just love traveling. So any excuse to travel, I'm going to do it. And even better when it gets to be for business purposes, in my opinion. Okay, one last time, I want to tell you, invest in yourself. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. And then when you do that, watch how your confidence and your business expands as a result of that. Because that has been my lived experience. And I can't say enough positive things about doing these photos, like investing in yourself. It's so important. Here's your call to action. I invite you to share if you've done branding photos. And if you have, tag your hype girl and tag me on Instagram in your stories. If this inspired you to do a photo shoot and you haven't before, put this in your story that you are going to make this happen. Give yourself like an end date. Like I'm going to give myself permission to do this by the end of 2025. Tag me in your story and I will help hold you accountable. I would love to be your hype girl and help you make this happen. Okay. All right, you guys, that's really all I have for you today. I wanted to keep this one short and sweet because this specific topic is just one that I don't want to go down too many rabbit holes with. I'm very passionate about doing these photos. I'm very passionate about traveling with a hype person, whoever that is for you. And so I just wanted to simply impress that on you guys today. Okay. All right, guys. Well, have a great rest of your week. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys all next week.
Real quick before you go, I just want to thank you so much for spending a little time with me today. And congratulations on showing up for you. Every step you take to invest in yourself brings you that much closer to your next level self, and I'm so proud of you. If you loved this episode, share it with someone who could use a little inspiration, or take a screenshot and tag me on socials so we can keep spreading the next level you energy. Thanks again for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Let's freaking go!